Forbes just released their top creators list of 2022. These 49 social media savants and one dog are redefining celebrity for our connected age.
Yeah.
Money, fame, maxi. That's what it takes to qualify for Forbes' first ever ranking of the most powerful influencers on the internet.
None of which you have.
Their compelling, often quirky content is consumed by millions, and the world's top brands happily spend millions to sponsor it. Okay, blah, 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 blah.
Some fantastic creators on here, and
Yeah.
I'm going to let you finish. But
Yeah.
Linus is not on it.
No, yeah, I'm not
as
on
you
it.
scroll through.
Where the hell is the list? Here we go. Number 1. I can't believe they still haven't changed this picture, even though he asked them to.
Yeah.
He replied with a tweet that has like over 10,000 upvotes being like, hey, could you please use a different picture?
Yeah.
So here's the list. They've got your earnings. They've got your total followers. He also corrected them on his total follower count. They had it not right.
Yeah, it's like very not right.
Yeah. Average engagement, whatever that means. It's not 100% clear how they calculate this. Entrepreneurship score.
3. Out of what? What is it out of?
There's more details in the doc. We'll go through this a little bit. But the point was not necessarily that I wanted to... I mean, to be clear, yeah, Mr. Beast probably belongs at number 1 on the list.
Hold on. Every single person got a 3 for entrepreneurship score, except for Jake Paul, and he got a 2. What is this scale?
Okay, I don't know, but let's go ahead. Markiplier only gets an entrepreneurship score of 1. Is 1 better?
Oh, what?
Is 1 worse? XQC is at 3. So up in the... Okay, to be clear, up in the top here, everything's looking like pretty up and up, you know? Patrick Simondak? I don't know. I'm sorry. Patrick Starr, I guess. $15 million for earnings. That's a freaking ton of money to be making on social media.
Oh, there's gigantic.
You know, 11.7 million followers. Okay, you got Jacksepticeye with $16.8 million a year. Look at this average engagement, 10.29%. There's a lot of people that absolutely belong on this list. We got Marquez in here. But then there's some really, really weird stuff as you start getting down to the end where it almost kind of feels like, and I don't want this to be a knock against anyone who was included on the list, but top 50? I don't know. There's people on here with literally 1 million followers.
Which is like really solid. Like
and that puts you above Lily Pons with a total of 94 million. And what is this estimated earnings for Lily Pons of 3 million? Are you for real? Are you actually for real? Like, do you actually think Lily Pons only made $3 million in 2021? Are you serious? Hold on. Maybe she's fallen off a lot since the last time I looked into her, in which case she probably shouldn't be on the list at all. So I suspect she hasn't. But let's bring this up. Oh no. She's still actually okay, she's petered out a fair bit, but she's still putting up pretty respectable numbers, anywhere from 15 to 20 million views a month. That is a lot less than I had thought it was going to be. Last time I kind of looked into her, she was doing like 100+ million views a month. In which case, okay, so basically what I'm trying to figure out is what's the rationale here? And the point I'm trying to make is that it appears to be kind of random. It appears to be a list of influencers that the author or authors just like.
Which could be completely fine, but shouldn't be named the way it is and ranked the way it is if that's the case.
If it's top 50, you're going to have some kind of rationale for it. So let's get into this a little bit.
If it's like top 50 creators we think you should check out moving into 2023, that's a different article.
That's a totally different article, and that one's totally fine. But that doesn't get as many clicks as the top 50.
And it doesn't get people talking about it like us.
And
way to go, Forbes. You got your clicks. Good job.
So So let's go back to the doc for a little bit here. So it's the most successful, influential, and entrepreneurial people in a given field, in this case, social media. And Linus was nowhere to be found.
Get owned.
I added this to the doc. To be clear, I wasn't the one who put that in. I actually don't care because these lists are meaningless. I might as well be on a list of random YouTubers from my point of view. Because here are some questions. How did Forbes calculate the rankings? Earnings figures are for calendar 2021 and are Forbes estimates. Clout measures not just the sheer number of followers, but also their engagement, as indicated by likes, shares, and comments. For follower count, they summed followers across platforms, and this count includes people who follow creators on multiple platforms. Finally, each creator was given an entrepreneurship rank of between 1 and 3, rewarding people who founded companies, started investment shops, or otherwise structured deals in creative and lucrative ways. So at the top of the list, congrats, Jimmy, 2021 earnings, 54 million, total followers, whatever. We already went through this.
Makes sense.
But
very inaccurate, but makes sense.
I will say this. Whatever estimates they're using for revenue, and this is something that I've noticed on previous Forbes earnings estimate lists about YouTubers. These are people I know personally, right? So I know for a fact that the earnings for Jimmy are wrong. That is not accurate. It's not only not accurate, but even if it was accurate, even if that number meant something, like let's say for the sake of argument, that 54 million was his revenue for that year. Jimmy invests heavily in his business.
Oh, hard, yeah.
I mean, we've seen it. He hires people, builds sets, brings in experts.
Just the Squid Game project.
Yeah.
Insane.
Millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, he spends on his business. So depending on what the goal of your list is, if your goal is the top grossing YouTubers, well then by all means, Jimmy belongs on your list. But what I suspect, based on knowing him and having a little bit of inside baseball, is that compared to some much, much smaller operations where it's just a one-man or one-woman band or one-person band, right? Compared to those, he's probably not as profitable.
Yeah, because he believes super, at least as far as I've never talked to him, but as far as my understanding goes, he believes super heavily in reinvestment.
Reinvest. That's Jimmy to a T, right? Like, he's not trying to make money today. He's trying to build the biggest, hugest, most epic influencer machine that the world has ever seen. It's a completely different objective. I'm not saying, oh, Jimmy sucks at business. He wasn't as profitable in 2021 as some other influencer. That's not what I'm saying at all.
That's not his goal.
He's just got his eye on a completely different prize from most people. So what is so that's the first question. What is this number? Jimmy is Mr. Beast, guys. What is this number? Is it revenue? Is it profit? If it's profit, what are you basing it on? You have no idea. No idea. And like, I remember, like, as a teenager, young adult, I used to read these, like, celebrity net worth click listicles, and people get so interested in, like, who's the richest person in the world. Is it Bezos? Is it Gates? Is it this guy? Is it that lady? Whatever, right? But what I realized after seeing estimates of myself is that the people writing these articles, in pretty much every case I've seen, have zero special insight and knowledge whatsoever. Zero. You could go compile the list yourself and probably do as good of a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, this is great. They didn't edit his total follower count yet either. He said our YouTube has more than 200 plus million subs alone.
Yeah, his total follower count is like wildly off, especially because don't they even say, like, yeah, you're going to have people that follow on multiple platforms? So they should have just totaled all of his.
And if anything,
which is just an insane number.
If anything, his is one that I would be more willing to just add up together, because so many of his additional YouTube subscribers are on other language channels where there probably is very little subscriber overlap with the main channel. He also, I didn't see this, but apparently he also questioned the entrepreneurship score, claiming that people who had less than 10 employees had the same ranking as people who had 100. Yeah, that's pretty stupid. This is a note
It's also
from.
a really weird scale. 1 to 3 is an extremely odd scale.
What does that even mean? That means
super
basically
weird.
nothing. Adam noted that the list seems to be a bit of a mess. In the accompanying blog post, Forbes states that Charlie D'Amelio is at the top of the list, but the list itself puts Mr. Beast at the top, so that's cool. They credit Sophie D with founding an agency that our writer, Adam, couldn't find evidence of it actually existing. They are missing some massive, massive channels like Vlad and Nikki, who have 88 million subs. It's a kids channel. Or like Nastya, which is a 100 million subscriber children's channel. And this isn't like a children's channel like Coco Melon, where it's like, I don't know, is that really a channel? Is that really an influencer? Is that a company? You know, this is like as far as I can tell, Nastya at least started as like a family run, just like kids channel, kind of like Ryan's Toy Reviews. There are some highlights from the list. Marquez is on there as number 18. Forbes claims that he posts reviews of everything from video games to drones to smartphones. I don't remember the last time Marquez covered a drone, but that's...
Or video games.
Yeah, or video games.
I think that was edited. I specifically tried to read through that part. Let me try to find it.
They've got... oh, man. I should do an earnings estimate for Mr. Marquez Brownlee.
Oh, no, it's still there. Yep,
I'm
which posts reviews of everything from video games to drones to smartphones.
Yeah, Marquez reviews a lot of video games. Big gamer, Marquez.
It would have been cooler to shout him out for his Ultimate Frisbee stuff.
Well, yeah.
Which is, I know that's not on the YouTube channel.
You would have had to actually know anything about the guy, though.
Fair
you
enough.
wouldn't have been able to just...
I think that's super cool.
You wouldn't have been able to just crap out whatever popped into your mind and put it in your listicle.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. Is PewDiePie even on the list? I didn't actually scroll through the whole thing. So, PewDiePie is apparently missing.
PewDiePie is mentioned in Jacksepticeye's section.
Because let me tell you something. I don't know. I've never spoken to Felix. Okay, I don't know him. I don't have any insider insight into him. But what I will tell you is based on what I know about the mobile game industry.
Big money.
YouTuber Simulator, looking at the numbers that app was doing when it launched, he never has to lift a finger again.
That wasn't his only game.
I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Yeah, so like, but that's the thing, is the people compiling these lists, they have absolutely no concept whatsoever of where who's doing big money deals. And that doesn't even get into some of the sketchy deals that some influencers are doing. Like, there's influencers earning huge amounts of money, essentially grifting their audiences with like crypto scams. There was that whole who was that guy that got caught promoting a gambling site that it turned out that he ran?
Oh, the Counter-Strike one.
I don't remember the guy's name. Frankly,
yeah,
you know
neither.
what? Let's not even bother saying it.
I don't want to say the wrong one.
Doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
True. So, yeah, probably earning pretty good money. Not on the list. I mean, okay, maybe there's an argument to be made for ill-gotten gains not ending up on the list.
Are there like any streamers?
Yeah. XQC's in there.
Oh, right, he is.
Yeah. Bunny the Dog is on there. Earnings of $1 million. Total followers 9.3. Average engagement 5.85. Entrepreneurship score 1. What is that even? Why? How are you even on that list? Like, I'm not going to say I should be on the list, but I should definitely be on the list before the dog. That I'll say.
I don't know.
Our discussion
Pretty
question
cool
is, where does Linus Sebastian fall by these metrics?
51.
51.
I don't know, because the metrics are so bad. Like the entrepreneurship score, 1 to 3. What is it even based off? They don't break it down. Like Mr. Beast pointed out, like, it doesn't seem to necessarily be based on anything. Their numbers are wrong anyways. And to properly spec this out, you would have to try to actually spend an amount of time trying to get accurate numbers, which it doesn't seem like they really did. Oh, people are saying position number 69.
I'd accept that.
Yeah. Perfect.
People are talking about someone, Bella Porch. They estimate at 5 million. Sorry, Bella Porch. They estimate at
No
5
shot.
million.
No shot. And that's true. I just looked it up.
No shot. What?
There's no chance that's true.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second.
Is that too old? Am I so cap? I did it. I did it. I'm so proud. I don't think I've ever said that before. I'm one of the fellow kids now.
What are even these numbers?
Yeah, they're just all stupid. There's no way.
Oh wait. Okay. Okay, sorry. It's in TikTok mode. Hold on.
It's in what?
Social Blade. I was confused.
Oh, okay.
Wow. That's stupid. Yeah, she's huge.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. There's no way 5 million total earnings is accurate.
You should probably educate yourself a little bit.
She's also like, yeah, it's a build a bleep, reached number.
We have a button. Build a bitch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
number 58 on Billboard's pop chart in May 2021.
She has done deals with luxury fashion house. I mean, mind you, we're reading this. Why are we reading this? Because it's clearly made up.
Probably just wrong. But okay, even there, if anything, crappy, deflated information, just that, there's like no way she makes only that amount. Like, she's a titan. Come on.
Yeah. Like, that's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
5 million.
But that's
real.
true about a lot of these people, man. I don't know. Like, so many people on this list, like, it's fantastic that you made it on the list, but they probably said some junk about you that's not accurate and not as cool as you actually are. And that's unfortunate.
Also, there's no way that I don't know. The fact that they present this information as fact, I think, is what offends me the most. Ryan's Toy Reviews AdSense revenue, merchandise, and proprietary line of toys helped him make very adult money in 2021, 27 million. They say this like it's a fact. You have no idea.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
So someone said she probably made 5 million during this segment.
Probably not.
Yeah, not quite.
But yeah,
you might be just as far off as Forbes though.
She's doing okay money. I you know what? I should see if I can do a more accurate estimate for Marquez, and then I'll just ask him if it's right. I'm pretty sure I could get close. I'm pretty sure this ain't it, Chief.
I think what he needs to do is start reviewing video games.
Yeah, then maybe one day he could get
maybe
there.
One day he'll make it.
Yeah. If he tries hard enough.
Oh my goodness.
He'll be the breakout hit, or the breakout creator we need.
Yeah.
Just, if he could just keep at it and review more video games.
More video games. Yeah. That's really, honestly, the video game content is just too ignored by his channel.
Yeah, Shroud's not in there. Some very few major streamers. There's streamers making like ludicrous amounts of money. And compared to an operation like ours, where we actually have like 80 people on staff, a lot of them are very lean operations.
There's also a bunch of streamers that are really getting actually very, very good at the VOD game, where they will make produced videos live on stream, where it's like you can barely even tell that they're live. They often won't even show the chat, and they're talking to the camera as if they're actually live, all that type of stuff.
Oh, apparently Shroud is in there. Sorry, my bad.
And they're doing both, and they're doing it really well. Like, that's actually a very interesting thing to follow in the creator space right now, is these streamers starting to just spread out into different content forms, so they're not just doing one thing. It's genuinely very interesting. And
so,
not
what
really
entrepreneurship score would they get for that?
It's hard, because when you look at the difference between 1, 2, and 3. How much do you have to do to be able to jump up one of those? You have 33% of the population. I don't even think it's split that way, but you have 33% of it in each one of the numbered gaps. So, like, what the heck does that even mean? It's impossible. Ludwig has monetized this format. That's true. It's also true about a number of other creators, though. He's not the only one doing it. And it's genuinely really interesting. It's big brain. It takes some work. It takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot. There was already a lot of work that went into stream preparation back in the day, but I think in our current space for stream creators that are trying to do stream and VOD, I think there is a monstrous amount of stream prep that people don't necessarily think about because these creators are so professional, honestly, and good at hiding that type of stuff and just making it feel like you're just live hanging out, even though there was clearly, if you really think about it, a lot of work that goes into this stuff.
Also, again, I'm not saying I should be on the list because there are at least 50 people that are like way huger, like way, way bigger. But compared to the dog, okay, it's the dog that I take exception with. Okay, so what was the dog's earnings? $1 million or something like that. As far as I can tell, this is a total revenue number. Okay, and like, look. I'm not saying oh, YouTuber influencer flex. All I'm saying is, okay, with the number of employees we have, okay, times the minimum wage in BC, okay, so I am paying at least $15.65 an hour. Actually, there's about somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15% overhead on top of that, for like EI and all that kind of nonsense. I think it's actually higher, but Yvonne would know better than me, and she's not here.
Oh, there's Shroud, yeah.
Okay, all right. So that's at least how much I pay per hour. Okay, times there are 2,080 hours in a year, 2,080 work hours. Okay, times 80. Okay, I think that I beat the dog for revenue. Assuming that you guys are all getting paychecks.
No, well, we definitely all get minimum wage. Yeah.
That's $7 million in dog dollars. No, no, that's not how it works.
Wait, no. That
is species bias.
That would mean that they make even less. Yeah. Also, the dog got an entrepreneurial score of 1. So
is 1 high or low? I don't know.
I think it's low.
Okay. Oh man. All right. What do you want to talk about next?
Forbes.
So this article was stupid.
Don't click on it. Don't go to it. Let this be the only interaction you had with it.